Austin Ekeler. Unlike the others, his absence wouldn't come from injury, but from a decision about whether to keep playing at all. After years as one of the league's more versatile backs, retirement speculation picked up following a difficult season, and as of this offseason, his future remained genuinely uncertain. Running backs often face shorter effective careers than other positions, which adds real weight to retirement questions once a player reaches his 30s. Zach Charbonnet. The running back tore his ACL during a playoff game, an injury that occurred late enough in the year to all but guarantee he'd miss the start of the following season. Teams facing this kind of timeline typically plan around a player's absence from day one, which is part of why his team brought in another running back through the draft as insurance. A return before the season's midpoint is considered realistic, but an appearance in early games looks unlikely. Malik Nabers. The young receiver is working his way back from a significant injury that cut his previous season short, and his rehabilitation has been tracked closely heading into camp. Reports describe him as further behind in that process than some of his rehabbing peers, which raises real questions about his readiness for opening weeks. For a player still early in his career, teams tend to prioritize a full recovery over rushing him back for early season games. Daniel Jones. His comeback centers on a torn Achilles, one of the longer and more unpredictable injuries to recover from in football. Achilles tears have ended or reshaped entire careers, and even athletes who return often need a season or more to fully regain their former burst. Jones was cleared for light practice work in the months leading into camp, a positive sign, but there's still real uncertainty about whether he's ready to start the year as the unquestioned option at his position. George Kittle. The tight end is another name projected to begin 2026 sidelined, recovering from an injury that lingered into the offseason. Tight end is a physically demanding position that requires blocking as much as receiving, which makes a full recovery timeline especially important before a return. Teams are often cautious with players at this position, since a re-injury can end up costing far more time than a slower, more careful rehab. Tyreek Hill. The veteran receiver's 2026 outlook has been clouded by a serious injury suffered the previous season, one severe enough that recovery experts flagged him as a likely candidate to start the year on the PUP list. Speed is the foundation of his game, and knee injuries in particular carry extra risk for players who rely on that kind of burst. Even once he's medically cleared, coaches may ease him back in, rather than rush him onto the field at full speed. Micah Parsons. The star pass rusher suffered his own torn ACL on the very same December day Mahomes went down, a coincidence that shook both fan bases at once. His surgery came shortly after, and with a strict 9-month recovery window before full contact clearance, he's expected to miss training camp and the preseason entirely. Many expect him to open the year on the physically unable to perform list, which would push his actual season debut into October at the earliest. Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs quarterback, tore the ACL and LCL in his left knee during a December 2025 loss to the Los Angeles Chargers, an injury that ended his season and knocked Kansas City out of playoff contention. Surgery followed within days, and doctors laid out a recovery window of roughly 9 to 12 months. That timeline puts his return right around the start of the 2026 season, but with a two-ligament repair, there's no guarantee he's cleared for Week 1, and the Chiefs may choose to bring him back gradually rather than risk a setback in the future. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one, and God bless.